I want to thank you for joining us here on this edition of Polk Place. Gonna talk Polk History Center. You know what? They just opened on what, 14th, 15th of July, and everybody's back in town. And we heard Shannon say that, you know, people are stopping up to visit her, but we want to know who's visiting Jamie. And well, who better to ask than Jamie herself? It's the one, the only, the Jamie Jamison. What you doing?
Well, you know, just trying to beat the summer heat and greeting all of the guests that keep walking through the door. It is so fantastic to see everybody's faces.
Shannon said since what? It was 14th, 15th?
15th.
15th. She's had 72 people
I
come up and visit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it really highlights, you know, everyone says, oh, you can just do it on the computer. There's some things that you still want to go in person. You want to look through the books. You want to find what you're looking for. You can't do everything on the computer. So we love it when people come in to visit us and get into the archives and the books.
So what's the general consensus? I went running the other day, took a new route, and saw the windows and saw a few other things that were very cool. What's been the reaction from the folks that support you the most?
Consensus has been that the windows look beautiful.
Yeah.
We have intentionally left the blinds off. The windows have a film on them that prevents UV filtration, that sort of thing. And the amount of light that's coming through the building, particularly if you go up to the second floor and you're walking to the 1926 courtroom, you're looking right out at Fort Blount Park. But the thing that's really cool for us is you also see the new courthouse. So you're in the old courthouse, looking out at the future at the new courthouse, and it has just been fantastic, and we have had lots of big visitors and little visitors back into the Children's Discovery Room.
Having a dude, where's my car moment as you're in the old courthouse looking at the new courthouse. What's mine say? Dude, what's mine say? Sweet.
I saw that movie. It was peak high school for me. But it is, you do very much, you're like, huh? Huh? And you know,
or Wayne's World, camera one.
Oh, camera one, camera two. I love it. Yeah, so it's provided a really great opportunity to really kind of help with telling that narration of moving from one courthouse to the other and our population growth. And yeah, people have missed it. People missed our fishing exhibit. We've already had people coming in wanting to see the fishing lures.
No. Did we talk about?
We opened it a few years ago, so it's probably been a little bit, but it is an
I don't remember that.
fishing lure exhibit from Mr. Eager, which was a bait company here in Bartow. And the Eager Bait Company was known nationwide for the fishing lures. I want to say we have 200 on display.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And when we put that exhibit back together, I found what I think might be my new favorite object in the collection. We opened the tackle box, and there was a little, you know, a pocket measure in there. So you could measure the length of your fish, but it also had the hook so you could weigh it.
Yeah.
They called it the D-Liar, L-I-A-R.
Yeah.
So that the fishermen could not tell a tall
I was
tale.
getting ready to ask, were these in real inches or fish inches?
Well, it looked honest to me. So I think some wife must have got it for her husband and said, I don't want to hear any more stories about these fish that you're catching. I want to measure them myself. You know, funny enough, it didn't look like it got used very often.
Yeah.
It seems to be in pristine condition. But it was such a cool little I was like, what, D-Liar? And then I saw what it did, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's good marketing.
Nice.
But all of those things that have kind of been up and away and put away since we started the construction process, you know, we closed to the public in April, but some of those exhibits have been closed since September of last year. So it has been really nice to get those back open. The Detroit Tigers exhibit, the Railroad exhibit, Polk County Cattle, Badcock, Publix, who's going to be 95.
Yeah.
I saw a cute little duck at the store the other day. I was like, I need that for the exhibit. But all of them, people are just flocking back in to see it. And you would think that we'd be like, oh man, we missed the quiet. No, we realized we missed the sound of people in the building and the building feeling alive.
You know, speaking of ducks, I came to my Jeep the other day, top was off. There was a brand new duck in it, and I don't have a lot of ducks in my Jeep. But this one I kept. Do you know what kind of duck it was? And I didn't even know it existed.
I don't know. Is it a lucky duck?
I'll give you Polk County's most famous resident?
Polk County's most famous resident. Is it a Grady duck?
It is a Grady duck with the new cowboy hats on it.
Oh, I love it.
It is the coolest duck ever. I don't know who did it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting rid of that one. Now I have 3 ducks.
You know what? I might have just been staring at you because if you could tell my heart rate right now, I was very nervous. I was going to get that question wrong, and I'm glad I got it right. Grady Judd, most famous person of Polk County.
Honestly, are there any? Yeah.
Well, you're asking a historian, so that's a long.
Going
Mr.
back.
George.
Yeah.
Brian Lacey.
No, man. More like, nah. I don't. Yeah, I already. Yeah, you've obviously been talking to my boss and been told to turn me red, haven't you?
No, I just, I know how to make sure I get invited back.
That's the 3rd time that's happened today. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
So, what kind of events we got going on today?
So we're back to our regular scheduled programming, and the first thing up for August is going to be our architectural tour. And if you don't mind, I brought a little show and tell.
I know, this is really cool.
Okay, all right. So, of course, the architectural tour, Bart Delcamp hosts that, and he walks you through the building and tells you some of the information about the construction and who the architect was and everything. But one of the things we don't go up to is the 3rd floor. 3rd floor is not accessible, ADA, all these sorts of reasons. We can't go to the 3rd floor. But on a recent visit to the 3rd floor, our contractors were looking across the roof, and they said, what is that over there? And they got a little bit closer, and what they found was the original roof was still intact under the western elevation of the building. So 1908, and then in 1926, they kind of built on top of it to extend it, and they just left the roof there. And right next to it were a bunch of loose shingles and pieces that they brought down so that now we can bring this piece of history downstairs for the architectural tour.
Have you had that analyzed? What all is it made of? Because I mean, it's metal, but it's got composite qualities. It's definitely got a funky feel about it.
It does, and the element of itself, it was supposed to be shiny.
Yeah.
So it definitely needs a little bit of clean. They literally found it yesterday.
Maybe that's what it was. It's the rust or
the patina.
Yeah.
But Bart's going to dig into this a little bit more, and he's going to feature this in the architectural tour this month. Then we are actually setting up an exhibit in the library that really starts to look at some of the history of the architecture of the building, but we're pulling in pieces like this. So different pieces from X, Y, and Z renovations that we've had over the years to really highlight that history and that ingenuity of the builders back then. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah, probably a little bit loud when it rained, but
stupid me, man. As soon as I walked over and saw it, I go, Scooby-Doo voice. What's this?
This
is really cool.
That's why we
and
like
I started
you.
beating
You're
it against my
curious.
head.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't. OSHA, I don't know. He didn't hit his head. Okay. But then after that, of course, we have Shannon Graham. I feel like you know her.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
You're familiar with her?
Yeah.
She recently came back to talk with you. She is heading into the final months of the genealogy speaker series because, of course, we don't do it in November and December.
Yeah, we learned that today.
People are busy.
Yeah.
In November or December, they're like, busy.
There's that stuff at the end of November and December.
Some sort of thing. Red, green, blue.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she is going out back to bat for August with a really good program. It's a basic program for basic people.
Yeah.
It's what you can do as a beginner if you run into some brick walls in your ancestry research. And we particularly talk about brick walls as, for me and my family, one of my brick walls is an adoption. Mm-hmm. There's an adoption in my family, and that's where that story ends. And it's like, okay, how do I find these records that document this adoption? And very important question, do I want to go over that wall? Sometimes you go over that wall and you don't find what you're expecting to find. So we're really looking forward to having her come out and talk about that program.
You know what I heard this morning that I thought of?
What's that?
Late August. And when you said November, December, take a guess what's coming back. Late August.
Late August.
Yeah.
This is like,
we discussed this.
This is a quiz show I haven't studied for. Yeah. I forget.
We have discussed this ad nauseum.
Is it the water skiing squirrel?
No, it's the pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, yeah.
Those
You
are
love
coming-
them, right?
No, I don't like anything pumpkin.
You don't like anything pumpkin? Not even Charlie Brown and the Great
No, I
Pumpkin?
mean, I like the
like that.
cartoons,
Yeah, there
but
we go.
anything for the taste of pumpkin? No.
Oh, no. Do you like
And I-
carving a pumpkin?
Yeah,
Okay.
back in the day, you know.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves. It's still 105
I know.
plus or minus 10 outside, but it'll be. I won't bring you any pumpkin spice
Okay.
latte.
All right,
I'll
cool.
bring you some apple cider or
No,
something.
I can live with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but on that topic, as we do start to roll more into the traditional fall seasons, we'll have our programming coming up. The big man will be coming again. And next month, when I come to see you, we'll be talking about Festival of Wreaths, because we need some
Wow,
decorators.
Exactly, man.
Yep.
I forgot how far out we started that. Don't
Yep,
we?
because we get them in. The good news is Christmas stuff is already out at the craft stores, but we get those. We start handing them out the last week of September so that we can have them back in October to photograph them and do all the behind-the-scenes work of getting them ready to go to your home or any of our viewers' homes.
I noticed on the trip in early in the morning that the lights have a tint of purple and blue.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Well,
Or was
so
there a
that
black
purple,
light effect?
I'm really glad you asked that question. So it's supposed to be white and blue,
Yeah.
and it was for Independence Days for the month of July.
Yeah.
And the material of the roof currently, for some reason, those LED lights, they come in like warm white, soft white, cold white.
Yeah.
Whichever white it is, it's bouncing off of the roof and is making it look a purplish color.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, because purple is not one of my choices. I wish it was, but it's not one of my choices.
Yeah, when I added all the lights to the house, I liked the 56K, and Alexa calls it bright white.
Bright white. See?
Yeah.
I made that mistake with Christmas one year, and
Yeah.
I told my husband, that's it. We're just getting colored lights from now on, because my brain can't remember. Did I buy warm lights last year? Or did I buy cool lights? And it's noticeable when they're next to each other. Yeah. So, but that is exciting. We have the dome lights back up and running, and now I know for Halloween I should do orange and white, so then it'll look purple, and I'll have orange and purple.
Nice.
Yeah, so, but that's it, man. We're having fun over at the History Center, and we want our friends to come back and visit before school starts.
Yeah. And you know what's kind of crazy, and I'm noticing that I hear a lot more out within the community. The thing that you guys are doing with us, the teaming up and bringing the folks and doing the television show of the older community members.
Oh,
and that
yes.
is very,
Yes.
very cool. I've actually sat down and watched a few. We've got a good audio in my office now, so I hear a lot of them when they play.
Yeah, the Polk
And
Pioneers.
I've directed a few of them when we've gone on, but when Steve couldn't do it. But it's a very cool story, and the families when they lose the individuals, they have a great memory of them telling the story of their family.
Yes. Yeah, and what it was like as a child growing up here. There's still so many people out there that can remember what Polk County was like as a kid in the 50s. And, you might not think the 1950s is historic, but it is. It's historic now. It's a part of generational cultural history, and we love hearing about it.
Main Street Bartow was in with us a little bit ago, and I got to thinking about when I went back in time and back in the future, and how a lot of the little towns are the same because they have a Main Street Florida, and they
Yes.
strive not to be exactly alike, but to still have that flavor from back in the day. And in all honesty, I could see Bartow in the 50s. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just that still got that flavor about it.
It does. And, the county and the cities in Polk County have done such phenomenal work to preserve those histories of those individual communities, whether you're in unincorporated Polk County or if you're in the city of Lakeland or the city of Auburndale. That authentic, real Florida history, I think, is part of the reason why we have travelers who hop down I-4 from Disney and spend the day in Polk County sometimes. They want the fun of the Disney, because who doesn't?
Yeah.
But they want to come down here and they want to see an alligator walk across the path at Circle B, or they want to see a historic building.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are in a very fortunate community where our leadership has always invested in preservation.
Speaking of walking, when do the walking tours start?
Ooh, the walking tours. So the cemetery walking tours will start back in October, and I believe the first Saturday in October is October the 4th.
Okay.
They're at 9 a.m. Otherwise, we will melt into the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start and they run October through April, first Saturday of the month at 9 a.m.
Always hear good things about those too. So.
Yeah.
So is that everything for August then?
That's everything for August. Like I said, when we come back next month, we'll be rolling into our fall and winter season and kicking back the programs that everybody loves around that time of year.
Always good to see you.
Thank you.
I will see you next month. All right?
Yes, sir.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center continuously is thinking of ways to help Polk residents experience that history. Located 100 East Main Street in Bartow, History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Need more information on exhibits, events, anything, check them out on the web, polkhistorycenter.org, or give them a call, 863-534-4386. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.